twist in the storyline. Crowds are a part of the show. However, the production makes the show. It's the people at the concession stands. It's the people who control the lighting and the camera work. Through the course of this audiobook, you will see the change in wrestling, of how it is operated and how it is produced, and how it influenced society as a whole. Now, as Vince put it, they compete with all forms of entertainment as society changes and try to stay relevant. You have the traditional fans, but if you're my age, of 36, the last wrestlers still wrestling on a main stage from the 1980s era are Sting and The Undertaker. This is a statement of the times, and like every era, it changes.
That was Evolution of the Squared Circle of the Production of Professional Wrestling. And that was by Joseph Evaldi, narrated by Dickie Thomas. That is now available on Audible, iTunes, and Amazon. It is also available on the Amazon Kindle. Back to the podcast. I'm back, heading towards another half of the podcast. So where does this new Joseph Evaldi Brand go? Why the rebranding? Why all of a sudden? As the late, great Owen Hart would say, enough is enough, and it's time for a change. However, this change is going to be for the better, not the worst. Even though he wanted to do what he wanted to do, and I respect him. But fate intervened. Now, it's with fate. I know. Serves his purpose. It's only ironic that I bring up death. Because in a way, this is the death of part 1 of the brand, which means it's going to be reborn, as in cycles. It's going to be reborn January 1st. Every road leads to somewhere. Now, when I went through my transitioning, I was a different person. Someone who wanted so hard to achieve. And achieve I did. Somewhere along the line that I put out work and I want to achieve and achieve and achieve. But you know what? Nothing was ever good enough that I did. I lost the idea of having fun with whatever I did. And the truth is, when you don't have fun in doing something, you shouldn't do it at all. But I see people go to work every day because they have to. They have to support a family. They have to support their kids. They have to support their parents. They have to pay bills for their house. Just like I pay some bills. But you know what? The truth of the matter is, we have to do what we have to do to survive. And if we have to take a defeat, let's take a defeat. Let's enjoy ourselves while we take a defeat. Let's make light out of a situation. You know, sure, those defeats will come. But if we have the fire in our eyes, we could come back stronger than ever before. We have to have the fire lit in us. Some of us have lost that fire. And I know, for a period of time, I was one of them. In the beginning of the holiday season, something was dying in me. I was miserable. I couldn't stand what was happening to me, because I was saying and doing things that were whatever they were. Maybe change occurs, I don't know. But you know what I learned? I learned who I was, especially after the Christmas season. And I learned why I had been on a losing streak for a while. Or at least, I felt like I was on a losing streak. Because the truth of the matter is this. When you don't fight to overcome what you need to overcome, you don't become what you need to become. You need to be the person you aspire to be. You can't be living in the shadows of anyone. And if you know who you are, fight for it. Sometimes we're told by an authority figure, a parent, a friend, somebody, that we're not supposed to be a certain way, or we're supposed to be a certain way, and we live up to that expectation. But is that expectation who we truly are and who we want to be? Or are we that because it's told to us? It's a lot in a name. That's why I'm rebranding. Because you know what? Persevere with your dreams. Love life. Carry on. Yeah. I persevere with my dreams. I loved life. And I carried on. But was I fulfilled? Or was I living a lie? That is why I'm rebranding. Because you know what? I put out a logo on my page, if you read it, that didn't fit me. It was me before. Something in me was dying. Something in me was changing. And in order to be born again, you need to die a little to live a little. You need to die a little to begin again. And I don't mean to go into religion and everything else. I'll compare it to the stages of change in any company. And I'm going to compare it to the WWF and the WWE. The World Wrestling Federation and the World Wrestling Entertainment. See, they had logos that classified the change. They went from one logo, they changed it, and at the end, there was fire and brimstone in the old school WWF logo. Till eventually, change occurred with the WWF logo. Then it underwent another change as the WWE logo was founded again. And the titles changed many, many times. It's kind of like history. History is like that. It changes. But if you don't forget your roots and where you came from, you can't move on till tomorrow. In a way, it is the birth of a new and the remembrance of who I was. It's going to be the basis of the podcast. Now, getting tired, but I'm going to take it to a commercial break. I gotta check my phone for a second, see who's texting me late at night. I don't know. But I shall see. Probably a friend. I don't know. Who? I don't know.
Are you feeling down? Is it the holiday season again? Are you going through the seasonal blues? No need to get down on yourself. The Enlightened Way, How the Zen Path Can Help Treat Depression, can help. In this book, you will learn how through meditation you can start to overcome those blues. Also, you will learn about how discipline can lead to freedom in depression. This is no time to be sloppy and careless about life. The key is to be focused when everything is dark and grim. Suffering is a part of life, and the Zen Path will help us understand this. The Enlightened Way, How the Zen Path Can Help Treat Depression, by Joseph Evaldi. You can begin your journey. Now available on Amazon Kindle.
Sorry about the delay. That was the Zen Path. Or that was the Enlightened Way. How the Zen Path can help through depression. That was the #1 bestseller on Amazon Canada. That is available on Audible, iTunes, and Amazon. Back to the podcast. I'm back, and I'm going to wrap up this podcast. Got to handle some business, and I'm going to take care of it. It's business late at night. Truth is, we go through changes. and we go through an evolution.